Welcome to Business Class. I'm Steve Ekstrom from Learn Tourism, a nonprofit academy dedicated to advancing the tourism industry through innovative training and sustainable practices. Our mission? To empower travel professionals and communities with the knowledge they need to create meaningful, authentic, and sustainable tourism experiences. Ready to join us on this journey? Visit learntourism.org and start making a difference today.
I think it's the enjoyment and passion for what we do, I think is what my underlining message is. Good morning. My name is Joanna Bear. I'm the president and CEO of Visit Laguna Beach.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in San Pedro, which is the South Bay, Los Angeles County.
Okay.
And I went to college at Arizona State University.
But you had to get back to the beach.
And exactly. Yeah, 11 summers was enough. The 11th one, 110, 115 degrees. I had enough.
What do you love most about the community?
The passion of the residents here and the businesses, the pride, the natural resources, the beautiful ocean, beautiful trails that are preserved, and then the arts, a very artistic community.
When you were in school, what did you think you were going to be when you grew up?
That's a great question. I originally was going to work on a cruise ship and be a deck coordinator, which I thought would be really fun. But I met my husband my last semester and decided not to travel around the world.
But in some ways, working in tourism, we learn from all the visitors that come to see us as much as we learn when we're out visiting those different areas. What has been the favorite lesson that you've learned from a traveler to your destination?
I would say that one of the most impactful lessons I've had in my career is having a visitor come and be so grateful of the warm welcome, the sincere, authentic welcome that makes them feel at home. That speaks volumes.
Do you personally love to travel?
Yes.
What's on your wish list?
What's on my wish list? Croatia. I've not been to Croatia yet. Spain. I haven't been to Spain and London. Those are a couple of the countries that are on my bucket list.
And what do you remember of your first travel experience?
One of my first travel experience, it was a headache. The traveling itself was a headache. And as I get older, I really look at how to lessen the headache, how to make it more easier, less stressful, because traveling can be very stressful.
It can be. So as you can see, I'm in a bus. I'm in a very fancy bus. I'm a nomad. I travel remote. I work remote and travel all over. And my new thing is I don't want to have to check into the hotel because there's all the stress of having to pack and move and shuffle. I'll just bring my closet. It's a great
Brilliant.
adventure, great adventure. So who comes to mind when you think of a role model?
Wow. That's a great question. A role model, there's several that I look up to. It's really about work ethic for me. Finding someone who has a passion for what they do and have a work ethic that is inspiring. That is very important to me. And that's what I try to do myself.
How would you like your staff to describe you?
Positive energy, synergy, team player, lead by example.
How is that different than your best friends might describe you?
That's a great question. I would say I'm more relaxed as in a friend. I'm not a great planner as a friend. I'm terrible, but in my work life, I'm very much of type A personality. But in my personal life, I'm just not very good at coordinating. I'm not as energetic, I would say. I like to relax.
It's one of those just tell me where to be and what to wear.
Yes, exactly.
That's all I need to know. How did you end up in the destination space?
That's a great question because I spent 22 years in a hotel, one hotel, Surf and Sand Resort in Laguna Beach. I was a general manager for the last 13 years and just left in July. We finished a major 2-year renovation. And that was my goal, and loved the community and wasn't ready to leave the community, but thought I was ready for a new change, a new project. I had been part of the board for Visit Laguna Beach for 15, 16 years and just really enjoyed it. And it's had found this opportunity, and it's really in this space we're working, have a new direction about with stewardship is really a big focus. And I love that. And I'm very passionate about it. It just all came together.
In what way do you see yourself and your team as stewards of the community?
Communicating on what's happening, educating on how to celebrate but preserve. We have a blue belt, which is a 7-mile protected marine area, and 22,000 acres of a green belt, which is preserved land. So it's really something special how we can help communicate to residents and visitors alike on making sure for future generations it is celebrated.
If you weren't doing this or working in a hotel, what would you be doing?
I would take a chance on that cruise ship.
Never too late.
That's right.
What do you think is the biggest challenge that your organization is currently facing?
How to Laguna Beach is a very popular place, and how do we ensure that the quality of life for the community stays positive and healthy with the visitors? How do they all work well together so it's a positive experience for visitors and residents alike? I think trying to help that message to both the community and visitors is something that a lot of destinations are challenged with right now, and that's certainly something that we're challenged with.
Adam Burke, who's up the shore from you, had mentioned that what's good for the resident is good for the visitor.
That's right.
And the reverse is not always true.
If the community is happy with where things are, the destination will thrive.
What are you doing right now that your future self would be proud of?
Change in career, a change from operations and leading a hotel to taking a chance in a new organization and doing something that I'm passionate about.
It's a product you don't actually own.
Yeah.
How would you like visitors to feel when they experience Laguna Beach for the first time?
Inspired of the beauty, inspired of the creativity, inspired of the passion, leaving like there's still so much more to experience.
What's something you've read, seen, or listened to that's changed your life?
That's a great question. You can't always count on tomorrow, so make the most of today.
Or do you have a favorite quote?
I don't have a favorite quote, but that is something that's very true to my heart.
What's one book you recommend?
Unreasonable Hospitality.
That's a good one.
It's a great one.
Yeah, I've heard that from several folks from the podcast to the point where I had to go and read it.
It's fantastic, and it rings true to anyone who enjoys hospitality.
What are the big takeaways you got from that book?
It doesn't always take a lot to make a big emotional connection. It could be something very small, but it has to be thoughtful.
How are you most like each of your parents?
I would say with my father, it would be his work ethic. My mother, I would see her personality. She was very outgoing.
What do you think they'd say about what you're doing now?
I think they would say they're thrilled to see me do something that I'm passionate about because it's not work. I enjoy coming to work every day, and that's a gift.
You are fantastic at sound bites. Some people will take several minutes to formulate their answer, and some people are like, here's your sound bite. What's one lesson from working in the hotels that you take with you to the destination space?
When you care about what you're doing, the guests feel it. I was fortunate to have guests come for generations, and they're great friends of mine. For me, it was work and what I love, but for them, it was their second home. Coming into the destination space, I want businesses alike to have that welcoming feeling to visitors. I'm making sure that it's genuine because it creates a connection that you can't replicate with not having that genuine hospitality.
Tell me about one of those families that you met.
One of the families, he's a neurosurgeon and she is a banker. And they were dating for many years. And he had three sons from a previous marriage, adult children. They ended up getting married at the hotel and asked me to be their witness. That was 17 years ago. And they come every year with their grandkids. And my daughter, they insist my daughter stays with them the entire day since she was a baby. And I've come like their daughter. It's just amazing that they would come about 7 times a year. Just wonderful people. So she grew up there, basically.
Yeah.
And there's many families that knew me before I was pregnant, while I was pregnant, after, and had many gifts sent to me from guests, which is shocking to me. It was a job I loved, but it was a job for them. It was personal. Building those relationships was very special.
How would you like your daughter to describe you?
Kind, passionate, positive, hard worker.
How do you think she's like you?
She's great energy, very positive. She's loves to be social like I do. She's a fun one.
What's something on your bucket list?
Something on my bucket list. I would say to travel to Croatia, Spain, and London to do more traveling.
What TV character is most like you?
Oh, wow. TV character. Emily in Paris. I would say she was very, always had work on top of her mind and endless spirit to get it done. I don't know. That was a random.
It's a random question, right?
Yeah.
If you had front row seats to any concert, who would you be seeing?
I would say Taylor Swift and Jack Johnson.
Oh, that's a good combination. So you've mentioned the arts community in
Yes.
Laguna Beach. How would you describe that?
So we have an amazing art museum. We have an amazing playhouse for the size of city that we are, with great talent. We have Pageant of the Masters, which is living art every summer, and it's all volunteers, and it's incredible. There's art galleries all around. There are a cultural arts center, which is very unique. And then you have different nonprofits that are arts related. So it's pretty unique that with so many mediums.
How do you think the arts community influences the overall feel of the destination?
It definitely does. It creates a great opportunity for different hotels to showcase new exclusive experiences that you couldn't do in any other city.
Describe one or two of those experiences.
To have a VIP tour of a gallery that you have the whole space to yourself, or backstage tour of Pageant of Masters that you couldn't typically just do.
If you could sum up the destination in one word, what would it be?
Beautiful.
That's a good one. How would you describe your next great hire?
Passionate, a go-getter, thoughtful, team player, creative.
What have I not asked that you wish I did?
You have had some amazing questions. I had to think quite a bit, so I think you've nailed it.
What are you most grateful for?
My family, my health, and get to do something I love every day.
Is there anything you'd like to ask?
How many interviews do you do a week?
I don't do many a week. We're up to about 270 at this point over the last few years. The reason I started the podcast was to get to know people who could be advisors for the organization, for the nonprofit Learn Tourism. And I've continued doing it because we have 17,000 listeners. I guess we owe something to them, but also because I'm a nerd. I love to learn. And I learn from every single person that I talk to. And I think that love for learning is something that we share with travelers. You visit a new place because you want to learn about something different. You want to learn about different foods and culture and restaurants and scenery and nature and science. What's something that you would like to learn in the next year?
I would say learn a new cuisine, how to cook a new cuisine. I love to cook. I consider myself a foodie, my husband and we love to try different things and expand my horizons and learn a new cuisine to cook.
I like it. If folks want to plan a visit to Laguna Beach, how would they go about doing so?
They can come to visitlagunabeach.com and see all the different places that you could stay and experience.
Any advice for the audience?
I would share that again, when you are passionate about what you do, it's never work and you enjoy going to work every day. And that's a gift you give yourself.
Amen to that. I appreciate it. So that's the interview.
Thank you so much. This was great. It was a
Thank
pleasure to
you.
meet you too.
Thanks for tuning in to Business Class. This episode was brought to you by Learn Tourism, the nonprofit academy where we advance the tourism industry with cutting edge training and sustainable practices. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to visit learntourism.org to learn more about our programs and how you can get involved. Until next time, stay curious, continue learning and making a difference through tourism.